Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the lecture of Operation Research. In the last lecture, we have started the graphical method for the problems of the type 2 by n and m by 2 games. We have seen the first methodology for 2 by n games. For 2 by n games means the payoff matrix is of order 2 by n. That is, the player A has two activities and player B has in all n activities. Okay, and here we have written the probabilities for playing every activity by both the player, as it is the game of not pure strategy, that is a game with mixed strategy without saddle point. That's why we were following this methodology, right? If we have written the probabilities of playing the activities a1 and a2 by the player A to be x1 and 1 minus x1. Why it is 1 minus x1? Because if we write it as x2, but we know that sum of both the probabilities is equal to 1. That's why one can write this x2 to be 1 minus x1. That of probabilities of playing all the activities by the player B, we have written to be y1, y2 to yn, and this is my payoff matrix. The obvious thing we were going to do again in this case, instead of gain, we were going for an expected gain and expected loss. No doubt, player A want to maximize his minimum expected gain, and player B wants to minimize his maximum expected losses. If the first job is to find out the expected gain of the player A, then find its minimum and then go for the maximum. In order to find out the expected gain of the player A, we will find the expected gain by assuming these pure strategies. That is, B plays one strategy at a time. Okay, so for here I have written these pure strategies. That is, knowing that B plays B1 first, B2, and so on, and then we have found the A's expected payoff. That is gain actually. Payoff is a general word, but for the player A, we were finding the gain. So what will be the expected gain by the player A if B chooses to play B1? As of we have discussed already by with the help of expectation definition, this is V11 into x1 plus V21 into 1 minus x1. This is what we have written, and just we have written this to be a linear equation in x1, right? Similarly, for B2, that is selecting B's pure strategy to be B2, we have written A's expected gain. Continuing for all n pure strategies of B, we have written the expected gain. And all those we have denoted by the symbol E1, E2, right? That is the first expectation. Why I have written this to be a function of variable x1? Because if we look at this right hand side, this is a function in, this is rather an equation in terms of x1. That's why we have written the first expression expectation to be in terms of x1. This is the equation. Second expectation, third expectation, and so on up to all the expectations we have written. Where all those equations are the linear equations in x1, that of the value of x1 lies between 0 to 1, because x1 is the probability of playing the first activity by the player A. Now, what graphical method suggests? Graphical method suggests to draw a graph with two axes, x1 equal to 0 and x1 equal to 1. And if we just look at those equations, for the value of x1 to be 0, it gives us v21. For the value of x1 equal to 1, it gives us v11. This is what I have written simply. For x1 equal to 0, for x1 equal to 1, these are the values of the expectations, right? v21, v1. Now, what we are going to do? We were going to draw a graph with two vertical axes. Okay, and these two axes are separated by unit distance, because the axis we were going to write for x1 equal to 0 and for x1 equal to 1. Then we were going to plot all those expectation lines, I will call now, right? How to join the expectation lines? 1 1 2 1, all these points 1 1 1 2 1j 1n we will plot on second axis. 2 1 2 2 2j 2n we will plot on the first axis, because these are the values obtained for x1 equal to 0. These are the values obtained for x1 equal to 1. Then after plotting, we will join v11 with v21, v12 with v22, v1j with v2j, and so on. This is what a general example graph I have drawn, right? Now, whatever these are the expectation lines. Therefore, we are interested in finding the minimum of expected gain. Therefore, the lowest boundary of the intersection of these lines, What I'm saying, lowest boundary of intersection of all these line will represent the minimum expected gain. Okay, so here the line which I have drawn, double twice with the green line will be my lowest boundary and is nothing but the minimum expected gain. And among this minimum expected gain, whichever is the highest point will give us the maximum value among the minimum expected gain. And this maximum, the highest point is at P, and this P is the intersection of these two lines. These two lines are joined by the two activities only, right? Therefore, in this way, knowing the intersection P as a intersection of two expected lines only, the payoff matrix reduces to a 2 by 2 game. Once it reduces to 2 by 2 game, it will be easier for us to solve by the arithmetic method. This is what an idea. We have seen one example also. Here is the payoff matrix. This is without saddle point. We have checked it already. Then we have found A's expected gains by knowing three pure strategies of the player B. We have written these payoff lines also. Then we have plotted on the graph. Now we are going to observe the lowest boundary. We are going to observe the lowest boundary, and this lowest boundary is giving us the minimum expected gain. Highest point among this lowest boundary, this P, right? This P is going to give us the maximum point, that is maximum among the minimum expected gain. Now this P we can easily observe is an intersection of second and third column, right? This is an intersection of, you may check it right here. This is the intersection of a line joined by 1 3 with 2 3 and 1 2 with 2 2. Right? Therefore, this is the intersection of second and third column. Therefore, here I have written some explanation. And the matrix, payoff matrix, we are going to take only second and third column of the matrix of the player B, second and third activity of the player B. And this is what a 2 by 2 matrix, which we can solve very easily with the arithmetic method. Okay, and here we have found the value of optimal strategies of the player A, optimal strategies of the player B, and the value of game as well. This is what we have done in the last lecture. I have given some examples to solve also. Okay. Any difficulty in the solution of this kind of game? 2 by n type game. Yes, if you have the difficulty, you can unmute yourself.
No, ma'am.
Okay, now in today's lecture, we will go for a graphical solution of m by 2 games. The method goes parallelly only instead of finding the expectations or expected payoff of a player A. Now we were going for expected payoff of the player B. Okay. Now whenever we were writing m by 2 game, what will be a kind of structure? What are the optimal what is the number of activities by A and by B?
For A it will be M and for B 2 activities.
Yes, very good. Therefore, here I'll write the activities by the player B to be B1, B2, and let me write the activities by the player A to be A1, A2 to be 2, say A, M, right? Now we will write the probabilities of playing all the activities by both the players. Here let me write the probability for B1 is say Y1. Then can I write the probability for playing B2 to be 1 minus Y1? Okay. Actually it is Y2, but Y1 plus Y2 is 1. Therefore I can write this to be 1 minus Y1. And the probabilities of playing the activities by the player A, I will write as X1, X2 to say Xm. And let me write the entries of the payoff matrix to be some V11, V12, V21. This is V21 and V22. And continuing this up to VM1 and VM2. Again the same methodology we were going to follow. Now the problem we will write with respect to player A. With respect to player B. Now for player B, what we were doing actually, we were minimizing the maximum expected loss. Correct now? We were trying to minimize the maximum expected loss of the player B. Therefore, first we'll try to find out expected losses of the player B, assuming the pure strategies of the player A. Assuming the pure strategy. That is, if I assume the player A plays the first activity A1 only, then what is the expected loss by the player B? What is the expected loss by the player B?
V11 Y1 plus V12 to 1 minus Y1.
Good. This is V11 Y1 into V12 1 minus Y1, because these two are the probabilities of the activities V1 V2 for the player B. Okay. So let me write it here. Again, we will select A's pure strategies now. Assuming that is A plays one strategy, we will find these expected loss and like that. So here now we were going to write these expected payoff. Now what this payoff is actually, this is actually a loss, right now in terms of standard notations. If I write A plays the pure strategy A1, A2, somewhere let me write it is an AJ also. It is AJ and 2 AMC. Okay. As of we have discussed, what is the expected loss? This is V11 Y1, V12 1 minus Y1. V11 Y1 plus V12 1 minus Y1. Okay. And may I write this as a linear equation in Y1 by taking the coefficients of Y1 common. So this is V11 minus V12 into Y1 plus V1. Okay. What for expected loss if B A plays A2? Now second row to consider. V21 Y1 2 into 1 minus Y1. V21 Y1 plus V22 into 1 minus Y1. If you write it in the simplified form or not, it is okay. V21 minus V22 Y1 plus V2. What for AJ? Jth row entries, no? What will be jth row entries?
Vj1 Y1 plus Vj2 into 1 minus Y1.
What? Very good. Vj2 into 1 minus Y1. And by taking Y1 common, I can write this is Vj1 minus Vj2 Y1 plus Vj2. And lastly, I can write similarly as Vm1 Y1 plus Vm2 into 1 minus Y1 and is equal to Vm1 minus Vm2 Y1 plus Vm2. These are the expected losses by the player B, right? Again, if I observe, all those are the linear equations in Y1. Therefore, let me write the expectation lines. What is the first expectation line? This is, let me write the first one to be E1 Y1. What is the first one? E1 Y1. V11 minus V12 Y1 plus V12. What is the second one? V2Y1. This is V21 minus V22 Y1 plus V22. Similarly, Jth1 VJY1 is VJ1 minus VJ2 Y1 plus VJ2. And the expected line, last expected line, I will write Vmy1 is equal to Vm1 minus Vm2 Y1 plus Vm. Okay, again for Y1 equal to 0 and for Y1 equal to 1, let us check what those lines are going to give us, right? Just wait a minute. Now let me just find out the points for y1 equal to 0 and for y1 equals to 1. As y1 is an expectation, the value lies between 0 and 1. Now for y1 equal to 0, what this first expectation line gives us the point. For y1 equals to 0, this is v12. For y1 equal to 1, this is v11. Right? This is v22, v21. Likewise, this is vj2, vj1, vm2 and vm1. Okay. Now what we will do again? We will draw the two axes, vertical axis with y1 equal to 0, y1 equal to 1, taking a unit distance apart, and we will just plot all the lines and then join the lines. Okay. Now up to this, the process is very similar to graphical method of 2 by n games. But now we will change. Instead of considering the lowest boundary, now we were expecting to find out the upper boundary. Instead of lowest boundary, we will find the upper boundary, and the minimum point of the upper boundary will be our expected uh, point, that min max point actually. Up to this, is there any problem? I'll take an example to discuss this in detail. Okay, I'll just take an example. Solve graphically. B is having some 2 activities. A is having 4 activities. The entries are 2, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2, minus 2, 6. Okay, now this is the problem of 4 by 2 game. Correct now? This is 4 by 2 game. Again, first we'll find out the expected payoff first. Or one may check whether this has a saddle point first. And then we will proceed. Because if it has a saddle point, nothing to discuss. Okay, if in the exam the question is only solved, it is not given by which method, whether it is having a saddle point or not. Therefore, the first job we will do is to find out the saddle point and then check the methodologies, remaining methodologies, if it is not having a saddle point. Now, let us check whether it has a saddle point or not. First, we'll find out row minima. Na? 2, 2, 2, minus 2. Okay. Now, let me go for finding column maxima. What is column maxima? This is the column maxima. Correct? Therefore, no number in the payoff matrix is with both the circle and square. Therefore, there is no saddle point, right? Therefore, the matrix or the game is with no saddle point. If it is with no saddle point, then only we want to proceed to the next step of graphical method. Now, first let me write down all the expectation lines. Okay. Now, in the example itself, I will write the probabilities. Say y1 into y1 and 1 minus y1. Here let it be x1, x2, x3 and x4. Okay, now you just tell me the expectation lines equation. What is e1 y1? Is it 2y1 plus 4 into 1 minus y1? Correct, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct, no? Row wise I am going. Therefore, 2 minus 4, this is minus 2y1 plus y. Second into y1. This is 2y1 plus 3 into 1 minus y1. 2 minus this is minus y1 plus, oh sorry, here it is 4, no? And here it is 3. Next, third equation. This is 3y1 plus 2 into 1 minus y1. 3 minus 2 is plus y1 plus 2. Fourth expectation of y1 is minus 2y1 plus 6 into 1 minus y1. Minus 2 minus 6 gives me 8y1 minus 8y1 plus 6. Is that okay? expectation lines. Okay, practically thinking, if I want to draw the points on the graph, these lines we were not using directly. Na? I can use these points because as of we have seen on the second axis we have to plot first column elements, right? No? First column elements on the second line. On the first line we have to plot second column. But as it is a part of a procedure, I am writing all those expectations. Okay. Now let me draw the graph. Let's say these two are the axes under the consideration. Let me write this as axis 1, axis 2. Okay. Now let me check the entries. As we have discussed, we have to plot first column on second axis, second column on first axis. Therefore, the highest entry is 6 on the first axis, highest entry is 3, but with a negative as well. Okay, so let us keep this point in mind and just scale the axis. -2 I want actually, right now. -2 on which axis? Second axis, no, it is in the first column. -2 is in the first column, therefore it will be on the second axis. There is no negative in the second column, that is in the first axis. Therefore highest is 6. Therefore 6 units positive we want on first axis, 3 units positive and -2 negative on the second axis. Therefore accordingly I will just plot the parts. This is -2, -1. Therefore here I will draw this line. This is 0. So this is the axis. This is the axis actually. I can draw like this. This is axis y1. Okay. So this is the point y1 equal to 0. And then -2 to 5. Plot 1, 2, 3, 4. I want 6 this time. Na? 6 here. We will just extend our axis. Okay. Now let me just plot the lines. First we will mark the points on first axis. First axis means second column. 2, 3, 4, 6. 2. This is V 2 1. No? Sorry, 1 2. 2, 3. Okay, sorry. 4, 3, 2, 6 I have to mark. Clearly. 4 is V12, 3 is V22, 4, 3, 2, 6. 2, 6. Is it clear now? These entries are V11, 12, 21, 22, 31, 32, 41, 4. If these second column entries I have marked first 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2. Okay, now I will mark entries of first column on second axis 2, 2, 3, -2. 2, 2 means this point repeatedly. This is V11 and V2. 3 minus 2. This is 3, 3, 3, 1. Minus 2 is here. Okay, we have plotted all the lengths. Now, which points to join? 1, 1 with, take 1, 1 with 1, 2, 2, 1 with 2, 2, and so on. Let us join the lines. 1, 1 with 1, 2. 1, 1 with 1, 2, 2, 1 with 2, 2. 3, 1 with 3, 2. 4, 1 with 4. Is it okay? All the lines, expectation lines we have joined. Now, which boundary? In first case, we have taken lowest boundary, but now in this case, we were going to take an upper boundary. Okay, what is an upper boundary? This is an upper boundary. This red line I am showing you, right? Double. This is the upper boundary, na? Upper boundary, what it gives us? Upper boundary gives us actually the maximum expected losses. Okay. Now, among this maximum expected losses, we have to select the minimum one. Therefore, we have to go for the lowest point. Right now, what is the lowest point? This is the lowest point. Is everyone getting me? This is the lowest point. Therefore, what this point will be actually minimum or min max point, I can say. This is min max, minimum of the maximum expected losses. Therefore, this P is an intersection of which two lines? 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2. Correct now? 1, 1, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 3, 2. What does it gives us actually? 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2 means this P is an intersection of the two lines. No doubt we have two columns, but here we have two rows, first and third row. Correct now? So P is intersection of first and third row. Correct? Therefore, what is my reduced matrix? I will not write this explanation as of I have written in the previous example. You just write. This is the lowest boundary, etc., etc. For this, you have to mark the points actually. No? Let me mark those points. Here I can give the names A, B, P, C. A, B, P, C is an upper boundary representing the maximum expected losses of the player B, and the lowest point of the upper boundary is P. So this point is giving us the min-max point, and this is the intersection of the two lines. You can write like this, and therefore this P is going to give the reduced matrix. Then what is my reduced matrix? You have to write only second and third row. Second and third row means two. Second and third or first and third? Sorry, first and third. First and third. Yes. Yes, Rohini, you are saying something.
That is, ma'am, first and third.
First. I forgot actually. So let me write the probabilities x1, x3, y1, y2, and what are the entries? First is 2, 4. Third is 3, 2. Here we have this. What is the problem? 2, 4, 3, 2. These are the entries. Now the table is the payoff matrix is of order 2 by 2. What's the next process? Arithmetic method, right? No? What is the arithmetic method? We'll take a difference of first row elements, neglecting negative, put it under second row. 2 minus 4 minus 2, that is 2, let me put it here. 3 minus 2, 1, let me put it here. 2 minus 3 minus 1, let me put it here. 4 minus 2 is okay. So these are the entries. Then what are the optimal strategies of player A? optimal strategies for player A. Okay. What for x1? Yes.
1 by 3.
1 by 3. Good. 1 upon 1 plus 2. That is 1 by 3. What for x2?
2 by 3.
No, it's 0. x1, x3 we have written, right?
Yes,
x2 is 0. As this row is not involved in the optimum strategies, therefore the probability can be put 0. Now x3 is 2 by 3. Correct. What for x4?
0.
0 again. Okay. Let me write the optimal strategies for the player B as well. What is y1?
2 by 3.
y1 2 by 3, y2 1 by 3. What's the value of a gain?
Minus 8 by 3.
You have to find out the determinant, no? In the numerator. Determinant is 2 to the 4, 4 minus 12, 8. Minus 8. Divided by this 3 as it is. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, m by 2 gains. Methodology is same. Only the changes, instead of taking the lower boundary, we were taking an upper boundary and finding the lowest one. In the previous part, we have found the lowest boundary and the highest point. Right now? Exactly reverse ulta process we have. These are the optimal strategies, right? So one can solve many examples on this. I'll just give few examples for practice. The game is of 5 by 2 order. Okay, 5 strategies for the player A. 2, 4. Let me write one more example. Okay, solve both the examples. Make a practice. It's very simple examples actually. Okay. And here we have completed our last point of the syllabus, graphical solution of m by 2 games. Okay. If you have any kind of difficulty in throughout operation research paper or in this topic, you can unmute yourself and ask me the difficulties whatever you have. Okay. I will share these written notes with you people. The scanned notes of operation research paper you have already with you right now. Okay. Any difficulty?
No, ma'am.
Let me stop for today then. Do study well. Best of luck to all of you for your exams.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.